So I have failed horribly. This happens to me every single year where I make so many plans. I am a girl who has planners upon planners. You see the stack? Wait. I'm such a planner, and yet I continue to fail at my goals, which is so funny. At a previous video of mine, I talked about how I want to start a business, and I still very seriously want to, but I'm gonna have to delay by a lot because there's just so much going on. And I think this is a thing people don't talk about when they say, let's prep for 2024, become your future self. This video is going to be talking about how to manage expectations and how to slowly grow into what you want. I feel like I am like many people who make these lavish goals and set up these unrealistic plans and then beat themselves up when they don't achieve them. Like, for example, this year I knew I'd be working more part-time jobs, so I knew I wasn't going to be able to read 100 books, yet I made my goal of 50, which means reading 1 book a week. And mind you, most of the year I only read 1 book a month. I am about 40 books into my 50 book goal, and there's like less than 15 days in December left. Yeah, it doesn't add up. I think the cool thing that I've learned about having all these planners is documenting my life and how much I've grown. Like this planner. This is my 2023 planner. You can kind of see it in the corner, and I have been keeping this same exact calendar since 2018. It is so cool to look through this and see all the lavish dreams that I had, see that I did not complete most of them, but also see the growth I've made in the 5 years of just doing this planner, and acknowledging all the self-tapes I've ever submitted. I like to track monthly how many self-tapes I'm doing, how many books I'm reading. Like in September of 2018, I read The Wicked Deep, I read Brown Girl Dreaming, I read Every Heart a Doorway. Isn't that so cool? I had 2 auditions, 3 self-tapes, and 2 callbacks, which is all acting related, and I uploaded 4 YouTube videos. I love being able to track the growth that I've had and how many auditions I get. It's just really fascinating. But yes, overall, my goal to be financially stable has fallen through. My goal of booking huge roles as an actor so that way I don't need a part-time job has also fallen through. And I think I've come to realize why all my goals fail. I have come to realize that even though I have a big goal and I break it down into small steps, going from being a person who strays away from uncomfortable situations to being someone who faces the uncomfortable situations is the growth I need to make. And doing all of the tasks that I dream to do in one single day does not actually propel me to write the screenplays that I want, to make all the acting material I want. Instead, I do an okay job one day, and the next day I'm completely burnt out because it took all of my energy to fight the uncomfortable feelings and push myself through. And I don't think that's helpful. It's not helpful, and it's not sustainable. This year, I'm really taking my time to think about my goals because I always put down book more roles and all this stuff. Like, I will have like 16 goals all actively working at the same time. I want to write more. Okay, let's make library dates. Okay, let's do this, let's do that. And then last year, I was like, okay, 1 quarter, I'm going to focus just on this. And that's what actually has caused a little bit of success. So this isn't to say that everything's for naught and I live a horrible life. I'm actually really excited and really motivated, and I think a lot of you, just like me, have had really hard emotional years with either physical illness, mental illness, struggling to find therapists and doctors, and for me, an endocrinologist, and then also balancing work and having to work part-time, and then also pursue my dream, but also not financially pursue my dream because then it'll crush my dream because finances are so hard. Let's all collectively take a breath. It's tough being a human right now, and I'm not even getting into what's happening in the world. It's hard. We are so plugged into everything around us, and we are also asked to do so much. And I'm trying to take a backseat. I'm trying to get out of the rat race. I want to just be financially stable. I do not need to be a millionaire. Like, there's a lot of things I want to learn and do. But what I have come to learn this year is that my behaviors, I need to slowly pull them away from my bad behaviors. So this past year, I will say that I've started binge watching Netflix and YouTube and drinking a lot during my free time, and because of that I would end up being so tired the next day, or really just down in the dumps, because it's like I have all these goals and I'm not doing anything, and then I get so overwhelmed by the volume of things that I should be doing that I continue to watch Netflix and YouTube. And it's a pattern. So I actually challenged myself this last quarter to focus on healthy habits, cutting back drinking entirely. I'm not waiting for January. I cut back starting in December, and so far I'm doing really good, and doing a morning routine that actually makes me really happy. I come to realize you're not going to do things unless they make you happy, and that's why I think doing things that are new and uncomfortable, we naturally push away from. Our subconscious is like, that seems dangerous. Ugh. Starting to rebel against that like, no, actually I enjoy making art. No, I enjoy writing stories. Of course it's not going to be perfect the first go. These are the things that I want to do with my life. Something I started journaling about and realizing, and that's a big thing that I started doing this year, is journaling. I think I've showed you this fat journal in previous videos, but I've been journaling for most of this year, but not consistently. There'll be a month where I journal 20 out of the 30 days, then there'll be a month where I journal 2 out of the 30 days. And then there'll be like months like this month where it's like the 14th or whatever, and I've journaled 80% of the days, and I feel pretty good, and I want to keep going. It's just hard to keep that momentum up. It's just not a habit I have established yet. I definitely think journaling is one of the habits I was focused on during that quarter of healthy habits. I also had exercise. Did I exercise? No. But I think I found a way to make journaling more exciting. So what I'll do is I'll get a coffee and I'll sit in my little chair and I'll read in the sun, and it's so cozy and comfortable, and then I talk about my feelings, and I try and acknowledge and validate my feelings, but also work through them. I've come to realize that growth is not something that happens overnight. The behavior of my current self and my future ideal self are not the same. It's not that I just flip a switch and suddenly become successful. It's about consistently showing up every day and trying and making that path easier in my brain to be like, ah, okay, let's do it. So, for example, a reading habit. I feel like I will get into swings of reading and fall out of reading, where I'll read 8 books in a month, and then the next month I'll read 1. And that's because I'll go into a mood where I'm reading every single moment in my free time. Literally every single moment. On the bus, during my breaks at work, while I'm eating, and I'm having such a great fun time. And it's because I'm enjoying it so much that I continue to devour it. But then I realize I fall off of it because the second I have to start a new book and it's not vibing the same, or if I'm not feeling up to reading, I've had a really exhausting day, and then I try to read and I don't enjoy it, and I'm making the process hard. I've done that a few times where I take things that I enjoy and make them harder by accident. Just forcing yourself to do things doesn't make them fun and enjoyable, even if it's something you want to do. Yeah, tough, bro, tough. So challenging myself to do healthy habits has been this last quarter goal, and I've managed to do a couple of these goals. Are they habits? Are they innate to my behavioral being? Probably not. Not yet. I'm still working on it. I'm actually tracking the no drinking challenge. Maybe many of you are like me. You have so many things you want to do. Screenplays, produce movies, act in TV shows, create my own content, read books, travel the world, spend time with loved ones, eat good meals, have a job that pays me a living, have health insurance. There's there's so much to be done. And it fills your plate, and I don't know, sometimes I feel like I'm cracking under the pressure, to be honest, and then I do nothing. And that seems to be my burnout cycle of I'll do a couple really hard tasks, and then I'll burn out and you won't see me forever. Not forever, but like for a couple weeks I'll be like, oh, recovering from that little burnout cycle. So somehow I went from ignoring all my problems, going out more, so spending more, to kind of cater to myself. My last video was literally a book haul. I feel like I've been buying so much because I've been in this uncomfortable phase where I'm trying to face the discomfort of challenging myself to do something new and scary. So I've been buying more coffees, eating out more, getting takeout more, buying books whenever I want. And I think that was a period of grace for myself to do that and to face all these things. But now it's been a year of grace, honestly. It's been a year of letting myself feel and heal and therapy and all that stuff. And I'm not saying, okay, now is the time to grind. Not at all. That's like the opposite of what I'm saying. This is now the year where I'm going to try and be very intentional with my time. I think I've been really focused, like a previous video I talked about starting an art business, making a website, and launching a product. And I do want to do those things, but I think now I'm just going to do them when the time is right. I don't think, like, sure, I'd love extra money right now. I'd love to launch a product and it be successful. But I'm not at that place right now. And it's not about me staying up 24/7 trying to make the perfect product and sell it to you guys, because I don't want to do that. I don't want to be that person. That doesn't sound like a happy life. What I would like to do is really focus on the foundation of my health. I'm still just working really on my mental and emotional health, and physical health she'd be lacking the most, to be honest, because I haven't really implemented her. I've been really focused on the emotional and mental health. Then later on, literally just one thing on top of that. And I'm not even succeeding in doing that because I'm doing a part-time job, and I'm still trying to do YouTube and read for fun and act and possibly pursue art and write. So I've always had this issue. I just have so much I want to do, and my one regret in life is if I don't tell the stories that just start up here in my head. These aren't gonna happen without the behaviors behind them. So I've been focused on the behavior of feeding myself, moving my body, drinking water, not tiring myself out with like alcohol or binge watching content, like killing my brain. I've been focused on these basic things that are like just hygiene, I feel like, or like just taking care of your physical health, because I can't show up if I'm malnourished. Food is a big point of stress for me, and I'm sorry, I don't want to trigger anybody about talking about food, so I won't talk about it too much. But as a diabetic person, it tends to be a point of stress for me, and I think we all have those, I don't know, those stressors of daily life that just make it a little hard. And it's like, okay, how can I bring an ounce of joy into my day? An ounce of joy. I do have a new planner, which, by the way, gorgeous. I'll show you it a little later, or I'll show you it in an overlay. You could probably tell that as 2020 kind of started a theme of me decorating my planner to achieve a certain vibe for the year. So 2021, I really wanted just peace and just calm energy. So I just did some flowers and a cute little Hawaii sticker. And then the next year I was like, okay, let's go. Let's grind. Let's be a weird artist. Was I successful? A little bit. This one also felt like a grinding year, and enjoy myself and read more, and Studio Ghibli peace vibes, which, again, don't know if I did succeed. And this, oh, I'm most excited for these. Again, trying to give peace and joy. That's what I want for this coming year. I'm literally so ecstatic. This turned out so cute. I also love that it's pink. I'm not normally a pink girly, and I was kind of against it for a while, but I think it exudes calmness and like warmth. And these stickers are all from Redbubble. Maybe I'll try and link them below. And my favorite, Sokka, because I would love to start a relationship. Who knows if that'll actually happen. And oh, there's sirens going by. I want life to be more enjoyable. That is my goal for 2024. Just an enjoyable life. And I think to do that is to start small. Instead of trying to make a whole image for the whole new year of all the little things you're gonna do, because I've done that. I've broken down months. I'm like, I'm gonna have draft 1 done in 3 months, and I'm gonna write 10 pages a day, and I try to make it so easy, so accessible, but my current self barely does the minimum of physical health, of mental health, of emotional health. So to go from that to let's now tackle our biggest fear, which is sharing our vulnerable stories, it's a big jump. So I'm happy I started chasing after this small goal of like journaling and morning routine, and I actually have an evening routine now. No one told me how good a hot shower is at night. Oh my god, I love it. It's life. And it's like a scalding hot shower at the end of the night, and I go to sleep and I'm like a big baby. Oh, it's so great. Besides the point, I've been working on taking care of myself and then layering one thing on at a time and figuring out what works for me, because sometimes things don't work for me. Because there's a while when I was like, I like working out in the morning, or I like working out at night. It hasn't stuck. My workout routine has not stuck, and I need to figure out a way to make it fun and work into my schedule. But at the same time, I work like 40 hours or more like 35 hours for my part-time job, which isn't that much in comparison to the whole week, or people who do like 80 hours of work every single week. So it's not a lot, but it's a lot for me to manage as someone who has never managed that before. When I was in college, well, all the classes I took were honestly really fun, and they were like 3 hours out of the week, or maybe 6 hours of the week if I met twice a week, you know? So it's a big shift. And with the pandemic ending, post-grad life, moving on to like the normalcy, this is the new normal, and it's just weird to figure it all out. As a human who has depression and diabetes and is dyslexic and has so many artistic dreams, but also has so much financial debt. And I feel like so many of you will see me and agree with me, and I hope I'm speaking to you guys right now, and I hope you are feeling inspired to move just a step forward. So Q1 for 2024, my big goals aren't going to be that big. They're just going to really try and solidify my healthy, happy habits. That's what I call them. That's what I journal about them. And so far I'm doing pretty good. I mean, yeah, 14 days. I've fallen off maybe 3 out of the 14 days of doing my morning routine. But it's not ideal, but it's okay. I'm still trying. Let me know what's your main goal for 2020 in the comments. I'm very curious. Do you have 1 goal or 3 goals? How are you doing your goals? I feel like you should try and keep it to like 3 goals a quarter at least, because oh, it's so tough, especially if you're like me and you don't have any foundation of like healthy habits to lean on, where you're just kind of taking day by day how you're doing emotionally and physically. It can be really hard. So I don't even think there's so much judgment probably around people's goals of, my goal is to eat 3 meals a day. I'm telling you, I have no judgment towards you. I can tell you this whole year I've been putting in my planner every single month, a goal of mine is to eat 3 meals a day. And let me tell you, for most of the year, I did not hit that goal. Like maybe 20% out of the month, I would hit that goal. And some people might judge me and be like, what the F? And I'm hoping you, my audience, know and respect me that like, and I respect you. This is our journey. Everyone's life is so different. I'm a little diabetic being. Food is stressful, and food is stressful for some people who aren't even diabetic. Life can be hard, and we can all have such different ways of coping with it. So instead of judging anyone, I really want us to support each other. 2024 does not have to be the best year ever. We do not need to become the best person ever or read the most books ever. I hope that we all just do more of what we love and more of what we wish we did. I don't want to turn 30 and be like, I regret not doing these things, or be 70 and regret not doing certain things. I journaled the other day, little tangent, I'm almost done. I journaled the other day that if today was my last day, what would I do? And I was like, I would watch the birds more. I would go see the sunrise and sunset. I would talk to my loved ones. I would like touch the sand and play in the ocean, like not work 40 hours, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like the things that we enjoy, that was a very humbling moment of, this is what I enjoy out of life. And I think that's why I came to understand journaling and watching the sunrise makes me so happy. It's something I wish to do every day, because I love seeing the clouds change. It just makes me think of like how big the world is and how, you know, small my issues are in comparison to the world, and it helps ground me, basically. The second journal question I asked, besides what would I do if it was my last day, is what would I regret if today was my last day? And that's where my creative passions lie. I would regret not writing those screenplays. I would wish that I had left them in my will to tell my mom and dad, you better give these to production houses and make them feel guilty that I died and tell them to produce my movies. That's very true. That's very true. I would regret not trying to create the projects that I want to create, or acting in the projects that I want to act in, because I felt that I had to wait for someone's permission to act in a rom-com, you know? So those were very eye-opening to me. But I hope this video doesn't give any judgment, isn't toxic positivity, because I'm trying to get out of that. Let 2024 be the year it needs to be. If it needs to be your grace period where you embrace your sad girl moment, sad boy, sad person moment, let it be that. Give yourself that grace. It's hard to crawl out of that. I'm currently crawling out of it, but I feel so immensely better emotionally having let go of a lot of things that I was holding on to. Now I'm ready maybe to have my slow productivity era. I don't know what I'm gonna call this era. The sharing era, I think, because I do want to share more on like Instagram and YouTube, and write more and draw more and act more, but obviously that's a lot on my little plate, so I'm not gonna do all at once. We're gonna focus on one thing at a time. Yes. Okay, well, I hope this was a nice conversation to at least have on while you work. It's hopefully exciting. I hope I excited you, and especially as a girl who has a little bit of a depression. I understand the lack of motivation, the lack of wanting to take care of yourself, so I just hope to help others want to, or feel excited to, or inspired to, or just a little bit, a kernel of inspiration, you know? Yeah. Well, that's it for today's video. And next video, because you stayed to the end and you're a true MVP, I'm literally gonna start this video next. I'm gonna read Iron Flame. Will Iron Flame get me out of a reading slump? Who knows? I will see you in the next video, and I appreciate you so much, and I'm sending you all the love and joy in the world, literally all of it, because you deserve it. This is me sending it to you. Whoosh. Okay, bye.